Hey guys, it's Fida and today we're going to be making meat rice. This recipe is so flavorful. The mutton, the rice, everything together is just delicious. It makes for the perfect meal, especially when you have guests over, and it's pretty easy to put together as well. So without any further ado, let's get on to making it. First, here I've taken 1 kg mutton with bone. It's already cut and cleaned properly. Into this we need to add some spices. I've taken some coriander powder, chili powder and turmeric powder. Along with that, I've also taken some fresh whole spices. I have pepper, jeera, cardamom, cloves and cinnamon. We need to grind this into a powder. Now instead of doing that, you can just replace it with garam masala, but it's obviously always better to use the fresh spices because it's going to be much more flavorful and fragrant that way. Next, I'm adding in some salt. Then we need to mix all these spices into the mutton. Once that's done, we need to let this marinate in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour. But if you have more time, it's always better to let it marinate for around 6 to 7 hours or overnight. It's so much better that way. The mutton will absorb all the flavor. Once the mutton has marinated, let's get on to the next part. For that, here I have a cooker. Into it, I'm adding in some ghee and also pouring in some coconut oil. Next, I've chopped up 3 medium-sized onions. We're going to add half of that into the cooker and we'll save the other half for later. Now we need to saute these onions on medium flame until it becomes a nice golden brown color. And this is what we need it to look like in the end. It's become nice and golden brown. Now into this we can add in the rest of the onions that we saved. This time we need to saute only until they're soft and cooked through. Doing it this way is going to help us incorporate a lot more flavor into the meat rice. Now here the onions are cooked. Next I have chili, garlic and ginger. I'm going to grind this into a near paste-like consistency, then add it to the onions. Saute that for around 30 seconds before adding in the tomatoes. Give that a good mix and let the tomatoes cook and break down a little bit. Once it looks somewhat like this, we can add in all the leaves. I've taken some coriander, curry leaves and mint leaves. Finally chopping up the coriander before adding it to the cooker. Then give that a good mix. Next, let's add in some salt. Remember, we've already seasoned the mutton with salt, so don't add too much. And after that, we can add in the marinated mutton. Mix it all together and we need to let this cook for around 5 minutes on low flame because we want the water from the mutton to come out before we let it pressure cook. So this is how much water has drained from the mutton and it's going to make sure that nothing sticks to the bottom of your pressure cooker. Now close the lid and we need to cook it. So the cooking time is going to differ according to your mutton. Mine took 2 whistles. And here you can see that the mutton has cooked and also the water from the mutton has come out even more. You don't really need to add any extra water at all. Now we need to separate these mutton pieces from the watery gravy. So I'm just moving those mutton pieces to another bowl. Once that's done, this is what we're left with at the bottom of the cooker. And we're going to be using this gravy for cooking the rice. Next we can get on to cooking the rice. For that, here I've taken a big pan. Into it let's pour in some ghee. Then adding in a few whole spices. 2 small sticks of cinnamon, 4 pieces of cardamom, 3 cloves and 2 star anise. Along with that, 2 bay leaves. Into this, let's pour in the mutton stock that we saved. I have around 1 cup of the stock. Next, let's pour in water. You always need to use twice the amount of water content than you used rice. Since I'm going to be using 2 cups of rice, I'll be using 4 cups of water content in total. And that includes 1 cup of the mutton stock and 3 cups of water. I've also added in some salt. Now once the water comes to a boil, into this we can add in the rice. Give that a small mix. Now close the lid and let it cook. Now here my rice is cooked. Let's give that another mix. Into this, let's add in all the mutton pieces and then incorporate it all together again. Close the lid and let any excess water absorb into the rice. And here our meat rice or mutton rice is ready to be served. It already smells so delicious. I'm going to be packing this into a bowl and then flipping it over onto the plate. You can serve it with a little bit of pickle and cucumber. This meat rice is just so delicious, very flavorful. I hope everyone tries this recipe out. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching Love Cooking. Bye bye.